Hi everybody. This Sunday, April the 13th, the final cobbled classic of the season is already upon us. The queen of the classics, the Hell of the North, Paris-Roubaix. 260k from Compiègne to Roubaix, comprising 30 cobble sectors, including resounding names such as the Trouet d'Arenberg, Mont-Saint-Pével and the Carrefour de l'Arbre, typically good for around 55k on the cobbles. The weather forecast at the time of recording, according to Météo France, looks relatively okay, yet some rain is expected in the morning, potentially leaving some of the cobble sectors with wet or damp patches. The winners of the final 10 editions are all typical classics riders. Interesting to note is that 6 of the final 10 editions have been won by either a Dutch or a Belgian. Also note that the Dutch have a patent on solo wins here, being the only 4 to win the race solo. Terpstra in 2014, Van Baarle in 2022 and Mathieu van der Poel in 23 and 24 with a 15 and a 60k solo respectively. The remaining editions saw a sprint of 2 to 6 riders. Obviously, good fortune needs to be on your side for this race, yet as in the Tour of Flanders, the strongest automatically float to the surface. Here's the betting odds at the time of recording, with Mathieu van der Poel the main favorite ahead of Pogačar, Van Aert and Pedersen. And then here's an overview of some of the riders lining up with previous experience in the Hell of the North, comprising 2 former winners only, Dylan van Baarle in 2022 and the back-to-back winner of the final 2 editions, Mathieu van der Poel. Then there's some riders with an above average number of top 10 finishes compared to their starts taken. Drawing my particular attention is Van der Poel once again, along with Wout van Aert, Philipsen, Fitty and Mikkels. And then here's the riders to watch in my book. With pain in my heart, I don't see it coming from the Wolfpack. Then Ganna at Ineos, he's made for this race and has shown to be in good shape. 2nd in Milan-San Remo, 3rd in the E3 and 8th on the Ronde. At UAE, we're once more seeing a killer squad lining up here, yet we know it's all about Pogačar, who wants to add this race to his palmarès. At Visma Bike, Wout van Aert is the man to watch, showing good form in the Ronde on a course that suits him less than the cobbles of northern France. Wright or Mohoric at Bahrain. Wright was 12th here last year around, while Mohoric came in 5th in 2022. Madis Mikkels at EF and Fitty or Meus at Red Bull Bora, respectively 7th and 8th on last year's edition. Stefan Kung at Groupama, 3rd in 22, 5th in 23 and on last year's edition, and this season he's been riding solid top 10 results in the E3, Dwars door Vlaanderen and the Ronde. Mike Teunissen at Astana, 11th in Milan-San Remo and 12th on the Ronde, so clearly in good shape. He started here on 8 occasions, finishing in P7 in 2019. Rex or Girmay at Intermarché, where I'm actually having a preference for Rex given his experience and earlier results in Roubaix. Little Trek Pedersen is firing on all pistons this season, so the logic would dictate the team to ride for him. With Milan, Stuyven and Vacek, he's extremely well surrounded. He came home in 4th back in 23 and in P3 on last year's Paris-Roubaix. Note that while you'd expect Milan to be thriving here as well, he started here on 3 earlier occasions, yet never managed to finish the race. Alpecin de Koning is lining up with 2 of the main favourites here, Mathieu van der Poel and Jasper Philipsen, the numbers 1 and 2 of the final 2 editions. Note that Mathieu started here on 4 earlier occasions, ending in 3rd, 9th and twice on the top spot. Segaard should also find a race here that suits him, while Weerskjold is the rider to watch at Juno X in my book, 9th here on last year's edition. In terms of stars, Mathieu van der Poel is my only 4-star favorite for the race. Pogačar, Pedersen, Wout van Aert and Philipsen get 3 stars, Ganna and Kung get 2 stars, and Fitty, Meus and Rex each get 1 star. For the podium, I'm calling Van der Poel to score his Paris-Roubaix hat-trick here, ahead of Pedersen and Van Aert. Enjoy the race and see you next week for my Amstel Gold Race preview.